Most founders are building video teams like it's 2020. One editor, maybe a thumbnail designer, random freelancers, no structure whatsoever. And then they wonder why content does not scale. In 2026, that model collapses. Because this is not about hiring more editors, it's about building a production machine. In this video, I'll break down a 3-layer video team structure founders must build in 2026, so your content scales without you becoming the bottleneck. So keep this in mind, this is not about editing, it's about structure. If you are a founder building authority on YouTube, you don't need a creative team, you need what I call the authority production engine. This has 3 layers. By the end of this, you'll know who to hire first, what not to hire, how to remove yourself from this chaos, and how to design a team that scales to 8 to 10 videos per month without burnout. Let's break it down. The founder bottleneck layer. Here is where most founders get it wrong. They hire an editor and then they still approve every cut, rewrite every script, fix hooks, send 40 Loom messages. You are not building a team, you are building dependency. I call this the founder bottleneck. Your team cannot move without you, and that kills scale. We analyzed a 60k subscriber founder last year. Strong ideas, good editors, but every script needed founder approval before edit. Result? 2 videos a month, missed trends, flat growth, because speed died at approval. Now understand this, in 2026, speed is leverage. So tactically, what changes? You don't hire an editor first, you hire a content architect. Someone who designs hook structures, builds script frameworks, owns retention strategy, thinks in systems, not just words, structures. That removes you from rewriting scripts. Structurally, this matters because the founder should be the signal, not the processor. You provide insights, the architect turns it into a format. That's layer 1. And this is exactly why most founders' channels plateau. They think editing is the bottleneck. It's not. The structure is. But here is where it gets worse. Even if you fix scripting, most teams still collapse at production flow. Let's go deeper. The production flow layer. In 2026, editing alone is dead. The real leverage comes from what I call the production flow loop. First, the idea, script, shooting, edit, thumbnail, packaging, analytics, feedback, and then the next idea. Most founders treat this as separate tasks. Smart founders design it as a loop. We worked with a personal brand when doing 4 videos a month. They had script writer, editor, a thumbnail guy, but no loop, no feedback system, no retention review, no analytical checkpoint. Every video was isolated. Growth was random. Here is the tactical fix. You assign one production manager, not to edit, to manage flow. This person tracks video pipeline, schedules review stages, collects retention data, feeds insights back into scripting. In simple terms, they connect the dots. Structurally, this is powerful because without a flow manager, your team is a group of freelancers. With one, you have a system. And here is the key. This role becomes even more important with AI tools in 2026 because AI speeds up production. But speed without coordination creates chaos. The AI gives output and the system gives direction. So now you have architect handling the structure, production manager handling the flow. Feels complete, right? Wrong. Because most founders still miss this most important layer, the one that actually compounds authority. The authority layer. This is where founders start playing long term. I call this the authority stack. In 2026, your video team must think beyond uploads. Every video must feed short clips, LinkedIn posts, newsletter insights, course modules, and sales assets. One recording, multiple assets. But this doesn't happen automatically. You need a distribution editor, not just someone who cuts reels. Someone who extracts authority moments, identifies high conviction clips, repurposes based on platform psychology. And here is the structural insight. Your long-form content is not the product, it's the source. Authority compounds when your team multiplies ideas. We saw a founder go from 8 assets per month to 40 plus pieces of content using the same long-form shoots, no extra filming, just structured extraction. That's leverage. Now understand this clearly. If your team only edits long-form videos, you are underusing your production. In 2026, the winning founders think in ecosystems, not videos. So the real 2026 structure looks like this. On the top, we have founder, the insight engine. On the middle, we have content architect and production manager. On bottom, we have editor, thumbnail designer, and distribution editor. AI integrated across layers but not replacing thinking. This removes chaos, dependency, and burnout, and replaces it with clarity, speed, and compounding authority. So let's simplify it. If you remember nothing else, remember this: remove yourself as bottleneck, build a production flow loop, multiply authority from every asset. This is not about hiring more people, it's about designing a system. Because in 2026, founders who treat content like a hobby will disappear. Founders who build production infrastructure will dominate. If you want to build content that scales like a company, not a freelancer, start with the structure. That's when the shift happens.